Yo, what is up everyone? Back here with another video. Today we're going to be doing our XDL match versus StephOfAnime. If you guys do not know who that is, well, she's a wonderful content creator, good friend, so I'll make sure to link her in the description as well. You'll also be able to see her perspective on her channel by the time this is posted. Before you see this, probably I'll either have a, what I did for prep attached ahead of time, like a different video, or I'll have it connected to this video before you even see this. I'm gonna quickly get the team rental, so you'd think I'd be prepared, but yeah, let me actually so she's like searching, but I'm just gonna tell her I'm searching, but low-key I need to get the rental code first. Alright, let me go grab it. So we have a really fun team today. I actually decided, because so me and Connor, Connor's on my front office. So far, like, I only have one real person, because I, like, for the most part, like, for my prep, like, it's not very, like, high maintenance. I kind of know what I want, but, like, it's good to have someone to bounce ideas off of. But pretty much, we have Scary Face, Max Speed, Incineroar, which allows us to outspeed. Oh, actually, I should probably turn off this fan for the video. My bad, guys. But pretty much, like, I have a, what's it called? A Scary Face, Max Speed, Incineroar to, like, slow it down, so Sash, Max Speed, and Moongus just outspeeds. It's gonna be really funny. Let me get the team here. Should be good. Oh my god, Steph is like, I'm gonna retype because it's taking forever. Oopsies. I need to put in the code. Steph, I know you're gonna see this after, sorry. Okay, let me put a code in now. My bad, my bad, my bad. Alright. Okay, and then do link battle. You're gonna see our code here, gamers. Alright. 0420. Okay. Yeah, but dude, XDL has honestly been like a super hype thing. I'm like really excited to like play with my matches. Honestly, like, Steph has a really cool team too, so it's gonna be really fun to play against her. We might do like a post-interview thing as well. Good luck and fun. But yeah, it's gonna be super fun. I'm like really looking forward to it. Yeah, I mean, our team too is like actually like really sick. Like, I'm really proud of it. Like, I think it's really cool. We also have like bulky Specs Lele, which is like, it's crazy fat. Like, and I played this matchup so many times yesterday to where I'm like really comfortable with what I'm bringing. So let me do this. All right, cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna be really interested to see what Steph brought. We kind of had an idea. We weren't really expecting Drifblim to come, although I wouldn't be like too surprised. We were more so expecting Clefairy to be the mon that was brought, but we'll actually see what's brought here. Okay, so actually this is exactly what me and Connor prepped for, like the exact 6. So I know exactly what I want here. Like, this should be really safe because basically, if you guys don't know, like, the way I constructed this team is to counter, like, the standard Lapras team, so this, right? And we predicted no Drifblim and that there was going to be an exact Clefairy there. So I feel, like, really comfortable in this matchup, and I really think that it's going to be, like, solid for us. Like, I'm definitely, like, super happy with, like, seeing this team in team preview, because this is what I practice against, so. Gonna pull up a notepad here as well to get up Steph's team on the side, just so I can take notes for myself. Garchomp. Clefairy. And let me know in the comments, guys, how you guys are enjoying this league, what you guys are excited to see in the future. We'll be having a draft stream discussing all the, results of the first week soon as well on the Twitch, so make sure to check that out. Zone. Yeah, I mean, pretty much here I'm feeling pretty comfortable. Like, this is exactly what I prepped for, so like it's very tough for it to go like wrong, I think, in terms of like what I'm used to playing versus. I'm very curious what the lead is going to be though. Okay, so we are going to see the Lapras and Comfey lead. So I am kind of expecting the weakness policy proc turn 1. The thing with Comfey is typically it wants to go for the triage first. And I think they're unlikely, or rather Steph is unlikely to predict that I'm going to be like Max Speed and Moongus with Spore. We'll see what happens. I believe this is Scary Face. Actually, let me go quickly make a windowed projector of this so I don't end up clicking the wrong move and feel bad about myself. Yeah, so this is Scary Face. We're going to Scary Face the Lapras and we're going to Spore it. Okay, so Comfey is actually going for a Protect here. Okay, so Lapras is gonna protect. So now she knows I have Scary Face. So I'm actually very curious to see how you deal with this, because you know the Scary Face is gonna come out, right? So how do you stop this from like beating you? You know, because it's like, how are you gonna stop the Scary Face from coming out here? I kind of want to Spore into the Comfey here, and Parting Shot, or Scary Face into the Comfey itself. But we do know the Comfey has Protect, so that's good. So obviously Lapras was gonna have Protect, but Protect. Comfey, Protect. Alright, so honestly, I don't know how Steph really counters this though. Like, I guess Taunt, right? So we're gonna protect the Moongus here just to scout what happens. I'm gonna actually Parting Shot here into the Lapras just because I want to see what Steph goes for before I do anything. Because pretty much here, like, there's a couple of different plays that can come out. So we're actually gonna see the Lapras decides not to yeah, Comfey Safeguards. Okay, cool. So I kind of figured there was going to be some move like that, Safeguard or something. So I'm kind of happy that we decided to Protect to just scout it out. We're pretty much going to have to use a Moongus right now as like pretty much redirection bait. So we'll have to see what happens here. We're going to bring in our Lele here though. Lele does actually put a decent amount of pressure on the opponent's team. We get Specs Lele as well, so it's going to be doing a ton of damage here. We should be able to take hits like fairly well. I'm kind of curious to see what's going to be coming off from Steph's side in terms of like move. But this is a very bulky Lele, and it's taken like +2 Lapras like moves, so I'm very confident the Lele can like eat up the hits. Miss. Okay, so it's missed Lapras, and it's going to be protecting itself from getting status. That's actually really interesting, because now what you're trying to do is you're trying to prevent me from like dropping your stats, which I actually think is like super cool. We need to be a little bit careful because we don't want it to be too crazy here. We are just going to Clear Smog into Lapras. I don't want to let it get a boost up for free. And we can go for a Psychic here to start putting pressure on the Comfey, because it's still going to do a bunch of damage with the Lele. So that way, even if it boosts up, like, it's still going to be fine and we can remove its stat debuffs. I'm kind of this is actually a very good counter to what I wanted to bring. So I'm gonna be interested to see how Steph is gonna adjust this next turn. I mean, because we're Sash, we're not susceptible to a double target here. So we're gonna see Mag come in here. We should still do a decent chunk of damage to this Mag because it is like a strong move. Okay, we're gonna see Rillaboom come in here. This is like not the worst position to be in. You just have to be a little bit careful because obviously the Mag's a bit threatening. If we can get in our Hydreigon in a really opportune time, we should be fine versus this. We just need to be careful because obviously the Mag's going to be trying to boost up and like really do damage with Body Press. But Max Quake should still be doing enough here. Okay. That did a good chunk of damage, honestly, for like being a Spec Psychic. Okay, so pretty much here. Okay, so we get they get the recovery. Magnezone recovers a little bit. It's kind of like an even position here, I'd say. Like, obviously Fake Out can come out, so we have to be a little bit careful. Safeguard lasts for how many more turns? 3, okay. We're gonna Protect here for sure. I think we go into our instant here just to avoid taking like a ton of damage. If a Body Press comes out and kills our instant, it's fine because it'll actually give us a free swap into our Hydreigon to deal with the Mag. So it's not too big of a deal. And we can also still fish for Flare Blitz, which is really nice, while also just pinning the Rillaboom slot. We don't want to let our Lele go down. Basically, like, our goal here is to force the max out early, and then sweep with our Hydreigon and our Lele. So we basically just need to prevent the Mag from going like too nutty. I'm expecting to see a Flash Cannon here. Fake Out comes out, that's fine. Does Body Press come out though? We are gonna see a Flash Cannon come out here, so we are gonna take that fine. Again, it's like kind of an even position, right? Because you have the option of Flare Blitz here, which is really nice. But also, too, the main issue that you can counter is that I can't Parting Shot to drop stats, right? So, like, I have to be a little bit careful here to not allow too much flexibility on her end. I almost want to double target the Rillaboom, but I'm almost sure that it's going to Protect on me. I almost feel safe going for a Rage Powder here because there's, like, nothing you can do to really stop it. And I can get a free Flare Blitz into the Mag, right? And, like, there's very little you can do to punish that. The only thing that you can do is maybe swap in your Comfey for, like, Floral Healing. But I feel like you're going to be a little bit hesitant because you know that I could just Rage Powder. We're going to go for a Clear Smog here. Or actually, we're going to Rage Powder here and play it safe. We're going to go for a Flare Blitz into Mag. I want to start chipping the Mag down If I can get it down to a position where pretty much it's just me able to spore, or like I can go crazy with the hydreigone, I'll be fine. This is just a game about playing very patient, and if I play patient here, I should be fine. Okay, so we're gonna see the Rillaboom go for a U-turn. That's totally fine. I mean, you're just trying to stall for a little bit, right? Okay. Does Body Press come out here? Because if Body Press comes out here into a Moon, it was a pretty good turn. Okay. Body Press will come out, but it's going to go into our Amoonguss. Okay, so going for the Rage Powder there was definitely the play. It just put us in a good position to kind of protect ourselves from like really getting like shut down. Safeguard's definitely annoying for this team. I will say that much. Like, it actually is frustrating because you want to spore the opponent, but they're also like really protecting themselves from doing anything, you know, or from you doing anything to them. So it's like, you have to be very careful. I'm gonna protect the Amoonguss here and go for a Flare Blitz. I'm almost expecting a Resonance here, and it's gonna stall turn of the Lapras Max, which is good because we basically want the Lapras to use up all of his turns of Max so that we can get in a position to sweep with our Hydreigon, right? So as soon as we start utilizing up that Max and we start getting a bunch of damage down, like, we'll be in a really good position. So we do know that screens is like pretty much inevitable here, which is like fine, you know, it's just the reality of the situation. The good thing is that at some point Mist won't be able to be reset because the Lapras is in its max. It will have screens though, so you have to be a little bit careful, but it's still beneficial overall. Okay, so we're gonna protect our Amoonguss here. Mag might just be protecting too, to be honest. Yep, Magnezone clicks protect. I don't know if a Geyser is coming out here. If a Geyser comes out here, it's actually a very good play. I'm just fishing for a Flare Blitz to like try and get some damage down. Okay, we are gonna see a Resonance. So it's pretty much like a neutral turn. Like, she didn't really get what she wanted. I didn't really get what I wanted. So we're kind of like in an even spot here, I'd say. Yeah, so Aurora Veil's gonna go up here. How much? And it is Life Orb Lapras, actually. So that means it's not Weakness Policy. So it's intended to do more damage, and it's intended to protect itself from that damage with Mist. So it's really good to know for like future games. No longer protected by Safeguard and no longer protected by Mist. So this is perfect because this is the exact position we wanted to be in, where we would be able to. Oh, I just did that by accident. Sorry, I do that during stream all the time, where I like switch my switch my camera. But yeah, honestly, here we can go into our Tapu Lele. Go for a Parting Shot. I really think it's unlikely that the Mag is going to stay in here. It's like too pressured by the Flare Blitz to stay in. And if a Body Press comes out, the Amoonguss will just absorb, or what's, yeah, the Amoonguss will absorb it because we're going to Parting Shot right back into our Amoonguss. Okay, we're going to swap here. That's okay. Lele comes in. This is also going to like, let us get our terrain back for a bit. So that's going to be really helpful because basically here we have a bit of... We could have Scary Face Spored, but I have a feeling that Lapras might protect and there might be a Flash Cannon. Or I mean a swap and like a Protect from Lapras coming out. So that's why I ended up doing what I did. Yeah, exactly. So like Protect, Swap, like that's pretty straightforward play. Safeguard is definitely going back up here, but if you want the Safeguard, then you have to trade for the, what's it called? You have to trade basically. Your Comfey for it. So it's like kind of a negative position. I think we just go for a Psychic here to get a ton of damage off. We go for the Parting Shot. Parting Shot's always good here. You always want to be reducing the Lapras's damage. Even if there's an Ice move going into the Incin to call the Amoonguss pivot, I don't need Amoonguss at this point because Safeguard is going back up. So... And I want to remove this Comfey like as soon as possible. And now that I know the Lapras is Life Orb, I'm not worried about the Weakness Policy getting procced. Okay, Psychic's gonna come out. This should do a ton of damage. Actually, a little bit less than I thought it would, to be honest. But Safeguard's coming out, that's fine. So the Comfey's slow, which is good to note because that means that my Incin may end up being faster than this Comfey in a situation where like it wants to go for Triage Floral Healing and I go for a Fake Out or something. But yeah, that Psychic did a ton of damage, which was like really good for us. We're gonna bring back in our Amoonguss here. Amoonguss is just gonna give us a safe option to like redirect hits for a bit. And we can cycle back our Incin whenever we want, so... Max Geyser is going to come out here, probably into the Incineroar slot. I'd be surprised if it went into Lele slot, but it's possible. Okay, it went into Lele. We have enough bulk to take that hit, so it's actually not that bad. It's more so just about preventing the lapras from getting like too crazy. But realistically, like as soon as we get our hydreigon in, we should be in a really good position to just like win this game. I think here we just go for a psychic again to keep that slot honest. And we just go for a rage powder here because the freeze dry is unlikely to kill, I think. And also too, as soon as Comfey is removed, her source of healing is removed and her mag is already chipped. So that just means hydreigon's gonna be able to put in a lot of work here. And like even Rillaboom coming in isn't gonna like this hit. So yeah, we are gonna see the Rillaboom come back in here. That's fine. We should still get a decent amount of chip on there. And also we should outspeed this Rillaboom with our Incineroar because our Incineroar is so fast. So that's another really good thing about the team. Okay, so we're gonna get a Psychic off here. This should do like a quarter health. Okay, actually a little bit more. So Lele is pretty strong. We're gonna see a Mist again. So basically, Steph right now is just trying to keep cycling these like these moves to kind of stop the stat debuffs, which is respectable, right? Like you don't want to get stat debuffed here. The main thing is whether or not Rillaboom's gonna Grassy Glide or Fake Out here. I think it's more likely to go for a Grassy Glide here. So we're gonna actually go for a swap into our Incineroar here. And we're going to go for a... Do we go for a Clear Smog or do we go for... I might even want to Protect here. Because I can't Spore. That's the main issue. Not being able to Spore is like really annoying. But yeah, I think we have to play safe and go into our Incin here. And I think we definitely go for a Clear Smog to start chipping this slot. Because even if that goes into the mag, it doesn't matter because then we're just in a good position with our Incin. We just have to really just be conscious. I'm going to actually Rage Powder here just to play it extra safe with the Lapras because I don't want it to get a free Hydro Pump until like my Incin. And you have to remember the endgame we're playing for is like the Lele Hydreigon endgame. And like we haven't even used up our Lele Hydreigon yet. Woodhammer comes out here. That's going to do some damage. We should take it fine, though. Yeah, and we have our Citrus, so we're going to take it even better. We are kind of free to spam Flare Blitz here. We know that Freeze Dry is probably coming out from this Lapras as well, which is going to be, like, really nice because it's kind of like... Oh, it's actually Blizzard. Okay, so, like, that just means it's going for extra damage then. But, like, our Moon should take it. Yeah, our Moon's pretty bulky, so... We might see a Grassy Glide coming out here, honestly, onto the Moon slot. See, I kind of want to swap into the Lele here and just go for a Flare Blitz because Amoonguss being a redirection bot's like actually really helpful here. And Aurora Veil ran off as well, so the extra bulk is like gone. We're gonna go for a Flare Blitz here. We could even Fake Out here, honestly. Fake Out and go for a swap into our Hydreigon. I actually kind of like that play a little bit better because if we Fake Out here, stop the Lapras from moving, go into our... Maybe, like, we can go into our Lele because we'll just mess up our own terrain. But, like, what is Rillaboom going to do? Go for, like, a Grass move into the Moon slot? Like, that's fine. Like, so we can pretty much get our Hydreigon in for free here. So, yeah, I really think faking out into Steph slot's, like, really safe here. There's very little that she can do to stop this turn, right? And now I can spam, like, attacking moves into the Rillaboom slot. So we'll see what happens here. Okay, so it's actually gonna be a Rillaboom swap. That's fine. Gonna see Comfey come in here. Pretty much expected. Not too surprised about that. Okay, so we're actually gonna see the mag come back in. So this is an attempt probably to heal up the mag a little bit so that the Magnezone isn't too bad, like, or rather too threatened. But realistically here, giving our Hydreigon a free swap in, especially now that Aurora Veil isn't up, is gonna be like very beneficial for us. So yeah, Fake Out doesn't really matter. Like my new chip. Okay, I should also probably mark these items as well. Body Press, Rillaboom, U-Turn, Woodhammer. Okay. But yeah, we should be fine to go for a Max Quake here, to be honest. Like, I feel like a Max Quake and a swap into our Lele is like the best play we could make here because we cover for a Body Press. We know that it's unlikely that there's going to be a Steel move going into the Instant slot. And by going for a Max Quake here, we get like free damage on the Comfey. So, and we're really bulky Hydreigon, so we know for a fact we're not going down to anything like nutty. I also think that the mag might swap or like try and protect or something. Okay, so Incineroar, we're swapping it out. We're going into our Lele here. We're going to go for a Max Quake into the Comfey. If we remove the Comfey here, I'm pretty sure the game's just over. Because as soon as that's done, eventually we're going to get a Moongus in. And then we'll eventually be able to start stacking Max Darkness drops. So yeah, Clefairy we haven't seen. Garchomp we haven't seen. Lapras had Protect, Mist, Blizzard, Hydro Pump. And then, I'm assuming it's Hydro Pump. Like, there's no reason to run anything else. I'm assuming it's going to have Floral Healing on Comfey. It definitely has Safeguard. And Magnezone, Body Press, that's all we've seen. And Protect. Okay, so we are going to see the Floral Healing coming from the, onto the Magnezone. It doesn't matter. So, like I said, since we have Max Quake, like, we can afford to ignore it for a second. And just remove the Comfey. Because the Comfey is really the annoying thing on this team. It's kind of like the Sleeper Mon in terms of, like, what's annoying. So we're going to get a free Max Quake off here. Should pick up the KO. It does. We're like max modest hydreigon, so it's like gonna do a lot of damage regardless. So yeah, now we're in a good place to like actually stack our boosts, or like stack the drops. Body Press comes out here really good, no damage into Lele, so that's just gonna take it really well. So we basically just pivoted around it. I mean, to be fair, like Steph's prep was really good here because Mist and Safeguard make it really challenging to like pull this stuff off because you have to be so patient and you can't allow yourself to get put in a position where like you're gonna get overwhelmed by like all the bulk on the team. Here obviously Rillaboom is putting on a little bit of pressure. We probably are gonna swap. You're gonna see Timer come up as well. As long as we preserve our Incin, we should actually win this game. Like guaranteed. I'm gonna check to make sure that her... Okay, the Mist is still up, but it's still okay because we should be able to take the hit. And we'll get a Fake Out Mon in. I almost want to bring in a Moongus here, actually. Yeah, we're going to bring in a Moongus here. And we're going to go for a Max Quake. And then next turn, we can go for a Max Guard. And a... Or we could go for a Protect and a Whirlwind. We're going to do that, yeah. I just want to be safe and I want to keep cycling the health on my Moongus. So it's in a really good position to, like, win the game. Okay, we're actually going to see the Rillaboom withdrawal, so it's actually, like, fine. I think we just win now. 90% sure we win. Yeah, Mag is going to Protect. Doesn't really matter. At this point, like, we've put ourselves in such a good position where, like, it's really advantageous for us. And Max Quake should still do a ton. Yeah, Max Quake still did a bunch. And also, now we can go for a Max Darkness on top of that to just solidify our lead here. And then we should just have the game. And yeah, I mean, Timer obviously is probably going to come into play here, but it literally makes, like, no difference. I think I would have been able to win that regardless because of the boost and everything, so. Yeah, over here, we're probably just going to Whirlwind into the Mag. No, actually, we're going to Darkness because it'd be in range anyways. We're going to Darkness and Protect. I'm gonna just wait the Timer out here so we have our guaranteed safe win con, but we should be fine. Like, you see my time's running a bit low. But, like, realistically, it's fine, because we're just kind of doing these last few minutes. And, like, even then, by killing the Mag, I would win on Timer anyways, even if we played out the next few turns, so it doesn't really matter. Like, it's just, like, more so a safe win con to, like, guarantee you win the game, as opposed to, like, taking a risk of, like, maybe, like, a double critical hit or, like, a double freeze or something like that. So, it's just really saving you the extra stress of, like, oh, maybe this happens or X happens. So, yeah, we're going to go for the Darkness here. We should be 100% okay. Timer's definitely going to expire at this point. We're going to get the Amoonguss. It's going to protect itself to just keep itself alive. Max Darkness should just be safe to remove the opposing Magnezone. Yep, and this should seal the game 1 for us. So, Steph played this very well. I mean, I think what Steph has is actually very good versus us. It, like, requires me to, like, position my Hydreigon and my Lele, like, really well. And, like, those small bits of chip that I was whittling in was, like, really important here. Blizzard's going to come out. How much does that do? Didn't actually do that much considering it's a Life Orb Lapras, so yeah, I mean, here it's a pretty secure game at this point. We can just go for a Max Quake if we want. We can go for even a Spore. Okay, and timer's about to expire. And yeah, by the time Rillaboom even comes out, the game's actually going to be over, so it works out fine. Okay. And it is going to make us play out the last turn, which is fine. We're going to go for a Spore into Lapras. Doesn't really make a difference. And we're going to go for a Draco Meteor into the Rillaboom. So yeah, pretty solid game. Game 1, honestly. Like, I really think you saw Steph's prep, like, pay off there. Like, it really forced me to pivot without being able to drop her stats, which was, like, really problematic for me. It made it, like, very difficult for me to do what I wanted to, essentially. But now, one key thing I know is that the Comfey is full bulk. It doesn't have speed investment in it. So that means that actually I can Scary Face and Spore the Comfey before it can even do what it wants to. Alright, so we're going to go into this game too. I'm really curious to see how she's going to adjust. I don't really see much reason to adjust from my end. I feel like Amoonguss and Incineroar put more than enough pressure on. With the Lele and hydreigon in the back also putting in a bunch of work. I'm considering the Gigalith, but I think Gigalith is too weak to majority of these mons to really be a good bring. So we're going to probably bring the same thing that we brought last time. The Gigalith and Jellicent were really only good if, like, we were expecting a Garchomp adjustment, which I don't know if she'll do, but even then, like, Amoonguss, Incin, and then you have the Lele and hydreigon in the back should put on enough pressure to the Garchomp. So we'll have to see. But yeah, I'm curious to see how Steph's going to adjust here. I'm really excited to see her side of the game as well, because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Like, I think that the really fun part of draft is, like, to see the adjustments and, like, the text on every team to, like, really try and beat the opponent. And, like, stuff like that's, like, really cool, which I really appreciate. Okay, I'm assuming the Rillaboom's Fake Out and Grassy Glide because it had U-Turn and Wood Hammer. We're going to look at the Clefairy over here. We don't know what that is. We don't know what the Chomp is. Lapras, full moveset revealed. Comfey, full moveset revealed. Floral Healing. I guess we didn't see the attacking move. It could be Trick Room, but we haven't seen that yet. So yeah, only 2 mons we don't know what the movesets are from the ones that were brought. So, or the full movesets rather. Like, we know a majority of the movesets. Like, I'm assuming Mag is Thunderbolt, but I don't want to, like, assume before I see it. And then Comfey is probably, I'd say it's maybe Helping Hand or, like, Draining Kiss. Garchomp and Clefairy. Okay, so this is an adjustment lead from Steph, basically saying, I know you're going to try and Spore me, so I'm going to punish you for that and not allow you to do that. I'm curious if we're going to see a max here from the Chomp turn 1. If we do, it's honestly not a big deal. I'm always going to Spore Parting Shot here. This will keep the Garchomp at neutral, even if it decides to stay in. Or if it decides to stay in Swords Dance. If it maxes, it's fine. If it max Quick Sauce, obviously that's not the best, but it should still be like an okay situation because we'll get a Spore off. And then we have pressure with our Hydreigon. So I'm very curious to see what the Chomp set is. We're actually going to get to see what both of their sets are, so it's going to be really nice. We actually put the item as well for Mag. Grassy Seed. Okay, so we're actually going to see a Protect from the Chomp. Does it mean a Protect from Clefairy is coming out? Yeah, it's just a double Protect. Clefairy, I'm assuming is Eviolite, so I'm going to put that there. Eviolite. Yeah, we don't know what the Chomp item is. I'm going to maybe hard swap my Incin out, to be honest. I feel like a Spore into this, because, like, you know the Spore is going into the Clefairy, so you might swap in the Rillaboom. And then maybe a swap into the Hydreigon might be nice here. Yeah, I like that play. I think that's safe because... No, actually... We're going to Spore, and we're going the Parting Shot into the... No, we're going to Spore into the Clefairy in case it has Sing. And we're going to go for a Parting Shot to keep the Chomp honest, I think. Actually... Now, you know what? I'm actually willing to take the risk that it's Sing. And I'm willing to go for a Spore Parting Shot. I'll take the risk. Okay, so we're going to see a Helping Hand. Could be Stomping Tantrum coming out. Okay, Stomping Tantrum is coming out. That should actually do a bunch of damage. I kind of regret not swapping in the Hydreigon. But at the same time, if this is Life Orb, it actually crit. So we don't know if it's Life Orb or not. Alright, let's see what the item is. Okay, so it's Goggles Chomp. That's really good to know. We're gonna bring in our Lele here. Safety Goggles Chomp. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this should primarily be fine. I'm not too concerned. Now that we know that Stomping Tantrum too, that's actually going to help us a good bit. I'm kind of expecting a swap to Rillaboom here and a Swords Dance. So we're going to go for a Clear Smog here into the Garchomp. And we're going to go for a Dazzling Gleam here. This is going to allow us to do like serious damage to the Garchomp and chip it. And then we'll be able to Rage Powder away stuff and get our Hydreigon into like max darkness. But yeah, the kill on Instant was pretty unfortunate. I was considering to swap into Hydreigon there. I decided against it, but in hindsight, it might have been a bit better. Even Shuka Berry probably would have been nice on this Instant, to be honest. But Citrus Berry has been nice too, because you get the recovery back. Like, Dazzling Gleam is still going to do a ton, because this is Specs Lele, right? And then we do have the, okay, so Rillaboom comes in here, that's fine. Yeah, we're still going to do enough damage with Gleam. I'm assuming a Protect from the Clefairies coming out here. It just makes too much sense in this situation. We'll see. We're actually going to see a double swap, so it might be Mag in the back. Yeah, it is Mag in the back. Okay, so realistically, like, not the worst position. We just need to keep our Moongus kind of safe here. I am considering going for a... Like, we might even want to sack the Lele off and then just go crazy with our Hydreigon. My only fear with that is the inability to sweep and then getting swept in return, right? You need to be careful with that. It's really scary because the Mag can actually probably go for a Flash Cannon here pretty unpunished, so we have to be like really careful about that. Alright, we're gonna go for a... Oh yeah, and the Garchomp's safety goggles as well. See, I kind of want to Spore and Gleam. And I feel like that'd be a pretty safe play overall. The other option is to go for a Focus Blast. But that's like requires us to swap first, which isn't really helpful. The only situation where that's fine is if we max the Lele, but then we're intentionally leaving ourselves susceptible to like Mag, which isn't really the play. So I'm going to actually go for a Dazzling Gleam here. Oh, we're actually going to see a swap. Kind of curious about that. Maybe expecting a Protect? Dude, Max Magnezone is really risky because you can get Spored. I mean, I respect it. But if we get that Spore off on the Magnezone, like, the game's over. Or not, it's not over, but, like, it's super, super bad for Steph. I forgot if I clicked Spore or Rage Powder. I wish I'd clicked Spore. Okay, I did click Spore. Or rather, I hope I clicked Spore. Yeah, okay, so we get the Spore off on the Magnezone. This is, like, super, super good for us, because now the most important Dynamax Mon is asleep. We get free Dazzling Gleams off on pretty much everything. And we can get our Hydreigon in, like, a really phenomenal spot. So this is going to be really good for us. I kind of want to just click Gleam again, to be honest. Like, the Mag is likely to stay asleep. And then we could go for a Gleam here and just win. That might be a little greedy, though. And maybe Rage Powdering is a bit safer. Like, yeah, I think we Rage Powder here to be safe, and we just go for a Gleam. I really just want to swap. Like, we're a game up. We can take the risk. We can take the risk of the Mag staying asleep. Like, we're game up. I'm okay with taking this risk. Being Sash Max Speed Amoonguss was, like, really good here, too. Okay, Follow Me comes out here. That's fine. We're going for a Gleam. If we get in our Hydreigon without the Mag waking up, we just win the game, I'm pretty sure. Like, it puts us in a phenomenal spot. If it wakes up, then it's a problem. It did wake up. Okay, so we took a risk. Actually, Max Lightning came out here. Our Lele should live this. Yeah, we're bulky enough. We lived that. That's actually probably the best way that turn could have panned out for us, considering it woke up. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Max Guard's likely here, right? So I kind of want to Max Quake here into the Clefairy. I'm even considering a Darkness, to be honest. But I think a Quake here into the Clefairy slot. You pin the slot, so it basically is forced. If it Follow Me, it's fine. If it swaps, it's still fine because you're boosting up your Hydreigon special defense and you're getting in your Moongus with the boosted special defense. So, like, either way, like, it should be 100% fine. You also don't risk your Lele getting knocked out here. What looked like the bad position for us was really saved, I think, by Steph maxing. If Steph had a max there, I think she would have been in a really good position. I'm kind of curious too to see whether or not the... Yeah, I guess, yeah, I mean, it's tough. Like, the mag could max guard or the mag could attack. If the mag attacks, it's a little bit less positive, but it's still fine for me. I definitely would prefer if it didn't attack, though. Although, we should be fine versus the Garchomp in the back now because we have Dynamax and we also have an Amoonguss. That can deal with everything else, and then you just target down the Chomp. As soon as Clefairy is removed, you can beat Chomp because there's nothing to redirect away from it. Okay, we're gonna go see a Follow Me come out here, which is fine. Okay, Quake comes out. That should just kill. Perfect, okay. So, Mag is gonna attack this last turn. Amoonguss should take this decently. I'm assuming a Steel Spike's coming out here. Okay. Okay, Steel Spike comes out. That does, like, a decent chunk of damage, to be honest, considering that we, like, had a boost on the Amoonguss. And Amoonguss is, like, pretty bulky. We don't have much bulk because it's, like, Sash Fast Amoonguss. Like, it's literally Timid Sash Amoonguss. But, it's still looking fine for us. Like, Rillaboom probably comes in here. Maybe Garchomp comes in here. But, like, even if Garchomp comes in, then you just Rage Powder and you go for a Whirlwind. And then you should be 100% okay. Unless somehow Stomping Tantrum kills, then that's a problem. Then it's more of a problematic thing. But Lele should be able to clean as well, as soon as we remove the Chomp. Here, I think we just go for a Whirlwind. We just focus on removing the Chomp. And Rage Powder. Because I want to Rage Powder away the Body Press if the Body Press comes my way. Dragon Claw isn't a big deal if it comes out here. It's just more so about preventing the Mag from KOing the Hydreigon. Also, too, Magnezone's probably likely to protect, considering an Earth Power could just be coming in here. We also don't want to let Garchomp get a free Swords Dance off as well, so... So let's see what they do. I think Steph is probably going to allow the Chomp to go down. It's like weird. Like, it's a 50-50 almost, but like in any regard, it's still in my benefit. Okay, Chomp protects. This is still gonna do a huge chunk of damage, honestly, so I'm not too concerned about it. We're gonna see a double protect here, so just trying to solve the Hydreigon's max, not playing the guessing game. That's like respectable. Rage Powder comes out here, that's fine. That was just to protect us in case the Magnezone decided to attack. Whirlwind comes out here. This should do, I would say, around half. Yeah, around half. Our Magnezone's like crazy, or our Hydreigon's like crazy bulky, so. Or crazy like offensive. It's like modest, like super offensive, tanky stuff. It's like tanky and offensive. It like has like no speed in it because like most of Steph's team is really slow, so we just optimize it to be like super bulky. I must want to Darkness you. How do I cover for a Rillaboom slop guaranteed? Like, because obviously that's very possible, right? I almost want to just go for a... I feel like a Darkness into the Chomp slot's like really fine. Because that always will get whatever. And then going for a Clear Smog to follow up with it like punishes literally any single swap. Because you will always kill like the Rillaboom coming in just in case it lives somehow. Okay, that's fine. I was considering going for the Earth Power. Not really worth. Like, it's okay here. Actually, we could lose. We could lose. I should have Rage Powdered. It depends. It's like we can Spore the Mag, but we're also a little bit at risk because there's still some pressure with the Chomp. Depends how much Body Press does. Body Press is gonna hurt. Oh, we're actually gonna see... Oh, we saw the Body Press go right into the Amoonguss slot, actually, so now we're safe. Okay, so what my concern there was that the Amoonguss was going to... Or rather, because I didn't redirect, the Body Press was going to go into my Hydreigon. I was going to take, like, 1 billion damage. I should be out of range of Dragon Claw from Garchomp now, because I have, like, so much bulk on this Hydreigon. Or Hydreigon. And we could just Spore the... We can Spore the Mag to keep it honest. Yeah, I think here we just go for a Draco Meteor into the Garchomp. That's fine. We go for a Spore here as well. That should be okay. Into the Mag. I think that's a very safe play. The only way this can go poorly is if we get flinched through like Rock Slide or something. Could have maybe protected Amoonguss here too, to be honest. But like there's a potential of the Garchomp protecting, so you have to play kind of safe here. and not really allow for that like out to happen. I feel like Dragon Claw is definitely on this chomp because like Hydreigone like one of the best mons on my team, and it was very likely to come. All right, let's see. Oh, Garchomp went for Swords Dance here. Yeah, I think that was a little greedy. Although I understand given the position, like you kind of have to make like the more drastic plays like to try and win the game. But yeah, I mean, Baby predicting the Hydreigon protect here. There was very little I could do if I didn't attack with the Hydreigon though, so it felt pretty safe to like go on the offense there. The Spore into Magnezone should also steal this as well. Like the Hydreigon being super bulky like really benefited us here, I feel like, and like super offensive because it did so much damage. So with that, the Magnezone is going to be spored. We should be good here. And yeah, I mean, at this point now we just get the Earth Power off, and then this should just be the seal game. I mean, I think Steph played incredibly well. Q play we can make as well is just go for a, what's it called? Go for a side clear smog, just because that's going to allow us to heal our own mana. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, so good games of Steph. We're going to be doing a little post-match like interview or whatever. But yeah, we will be right back.